medium and spiritual healer, medical medium, and many things. Based in New Zealand, here in New Zealand. Welcome to my channel. So yes, I'm meant to be on a little bit of a break, but I've just had a lot of things happen. And I wanted to share this really easy meditation technique that can help separate off you from other people's emotions, thoughts, wants, and needs, and energy. So here in the earthly realm, and especially if we're not aware of psychic boundaries, of the aura, and boundaries and whatnot, and really basic energetic hygiene techniques that we should really be taught in our teens. And just because of how we are raised and how the earthly realm is at the moment, really basic and helpful energy techniques are not taught. And what happens when in our childhood and in our teens and high school and our early 20s is that we are not taught to self-automate, and we are not taught how to separate off from our parents' energy, how to separate off from friendship group energy and really understand what it is we want, how to separate off from our boss's energy or from our work colleagues' energy. And we sort of go through the earthly realm where we are just mingling and merging with everyone else's energies, wants and needs and thoughts and emotions, or people's wants for us or needs for us. And it can be really hard to hear your own intuitive guidance and to hear and feel your own energy and your spirit very clearly. And sometimes what happens, we can't feel confident in our life paths and where we're going, even if we are in the unknown and we're not sure. But usually when you can hear your energy really clearly and your own thoughts and your emotions and your feelings and what you're feeling, you have a sense of trust and faith in your life path, even if you have no idea what's going on. So that's trust and faith in the cosmos and trust and faith in the unknown and the great mystery. And a lot of the times when people are in fear, they're insecure, and there's a lot of destruction and chaos around you, as in the collective consciousness right now, it can be really hard to hear your own intuition and your spirit, so your spirit self. There's a very big difference between your spirit self and your own thoughts and feelings versus someone else's. And because of the way our family dynamics have been, and they are incredibly dysfunctional, and we are trying to evolve out of this old world masculine feminine, old world family dynamics, you're going to get a lot of souls incarnate for the last, I think, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years who have been incarnating and clearing out ancestral lines. So when that family line or that soul lineage is going to incarnate next time, they'll be free of burdens and strife and this incredible old world dysfunction in the way that we have been experiencing ourselves here in the earthly realm. So you're going to get souls incarnate and clear off and clear out the dysfunction. It's a really hard task. Ancestral clearing is not easy, and it usually takes a few years, and is a part of your soul pathway. And what happens when we incarnate into these dysfunctional families is that we lose all sense of ourselves and all sense of our spiritual energies, what's going to suit us, and we get absolutely bombarded by immature parenting or immature adult behavior that lack boundaries and self-awareness, and we become bombarded, and I want to say absolutely burdened with other people's thoughts, feelings, wants, and needs for ourselves. Especially with to do with the inner child and childhood healing, and just the way that some of us have, and just the way that we can experience our childhoods. There is a lack of boundaries and a lack of self-respect and a lack of love for you as a person and as a child, and it's very, very common. And this is why inner child healing is so popular, because it is so empowering and so helpful for you to come back. Your inner child is a vital part of your spirit, and if your inner child is feeling lack, insecure, hurt, small, which is very, very common, you're not going to feel really good and positive and healthy as an adult if your inner child experienced a lot of dysfunction, burdens, abuse, and it's very hard to push back and open up and hear your intuition very clearly and positively and confidently if your inner child is like this within you. Okay, so inner child healing is really, really important to get confidence and joy and happiness again in your life as an adult. A lot of the times when we're feeling very, very upset, and like we feel like we can't take up space and go after our life paths, it'll have to do something to do with the inner child or even your inner teen. I think there's a lot of underestimation when it comes to the teens and inner teen healing. I've just come out at the end of teen healing, and I was incredibly burdened and abused and bullied. And I would go home and get bullied, then I would go to school and get bullied, and I couldn't. There was so much pain and trauma and hurt in my heart and my soul that I couldn't blossom into adulthood. And this is why we have a lot of immaturity in the earthly realm here, because people are not taught how to heal their inner teen and their inner child. So we stay in this state of consciousness that is very, very immature. It's very blame and shame, and a lot of the emotions and the anger, and we see in the collective consciousness is really a hurt in a child and a hurt in a teen. And this is why we get adults who sort of act out in that place of immaturity and unawareness, because they don't know where these unconscious thoughts and emotions are coming from, and it can be backed up through the family line over generations as well. Okay, so I wanted to share a really easy meditation technique that has helped me. And coming back to my own energy, being very, very psychic and intuitive and creative, I pick up a lot of information all the time, and it can be really, really overwhelming. I've talked a lot about this channel on the aura and pushing out the aura and taking up your space and your energetic space. It is like almost allowing yourself and your spirit to breathe again, because as I said, just because of the state of the consciousness and where we're at here in the earthly realm right now, we're not very respectful of other people's energies and boundaries, and that a lot of people tend to not understand that the person, if you're talking to someone or not, is having a completely different earthly experience to you. And just because you're feeling that and you're wanting that, or this person doesn't mean that that person is going to want those things as well. And we tend to at the moment just project onto other people and expect them to just deal with it. And now you have to act like this because I want you to act like this. And we are very disrespectful a lot of the time here in the earthly realm. We are lacking the understanding and the grace and the poise that just because someone else is experiencing it doesn't mean that the next person is going to want that or for their lives or whatnot. And so if you are struggling, say if you are a teen and you are living at home and you are getting bombarded by your parents' unconscious emotions all the time, or you're going off to school and you don't have a lot of friends and you can't hear yourself, and you're feeling very small, that is a sign if you're feeling like this, like you have to hide yourself. That's a sign your aura is not open and expansive, okay? If you are in your early 20s and you're flatting and you want to get on your soul pathway or try and figure out where it is you're meant to be going, and there's a lot of energies around you and you're flatting or share housing situation, or you want some more money and you want to get out of the situation but you're not quite sure what to do, this meditation is going to be very, very helpful for you. And also for business, and also for mothers and for fathers, and if you're a parent, it can help you in all aspects of life. For businesses meditation, say if you have a lot of business meetings all the time, say you are very successful and you're always feeling a little bit about people. Is this person wanting money from me, or are they going to be respectful towards me? If I sign this contract, what is going to happen? And if you're constantly being and then you have your discernment up and you're not confident in asserting your energies or just hearing or sort of telling people to back off, because what can happen is we can get overloaded and burdened with other people's hidden desires in our aura and not follow through with what we're actually feeling for ourselves and what is going to be beneficial and helpful to us. So that's also something that's not taught in spirituality, that you're not meant to be taking on other people's energies. You're meant to be listening to yourself. It's about you. It's about your spirit. It's about your independent, unique soul pathway, and that doesn't involve other people's projections and wants and needs for your life, your business, your money, your finances, and your happiness. It's very, very common to try and pull down other people who are trying to uplift and create more goodness in the earthly realm and just the level of insecurity that people are operating from. So it can be hard sometimes to navigate the earthly realm. Yeah, so I see business, or if you have a lot of businesses or structures, and you need to be super clear and empowered in your own space so you can hear your own intuitive guidance for your business, your money, your finances, whatever you're trying to build. Because if you're building a business, it's yours, it's your energy. You need to be the one controlling, calling the shots, and not letting someone else in your ear. And it can be very empowering once you come in also for, say you are a stay-at-home mother, and you have a gaggle of small toddlers that are very outrageous, very intense with their energies and their emotions, and you find it hard to stand in your maternal firmness and take and harness their energy, or you're not used to taking out space. Now, what I've found with children is when you take out that space and you're confident, they're more likely to be like, okay, my mum has it going on, it's all good. My mum's got boundaries, my mum's got this, it's fine, I'm good, she's got it under control. And children usually respond to that very well. And that you're confident and you're capable as a mother, and they'll respond to the energy that you're giving out, per se. That's why maternal firmness is very good. And if you're a father, or you're running around, you're working, you're coming home to hang out with your children, or really good if you are the breadwinner and you want to do this meditation in the morning and set up your energy so you could be clean and clear for work, come home and then hop into the family energy nicely. So this meditation is very, very helpful and very, very simple. And I've found the best effects or positivity happens when you are dedicated to a meditation practice. And it does not mean that it has to be this massive breath work or this massive, I'm connecting to the cosmos. It can just be a really simple auric connection that you do 10 minutes a day in the morning or 10 minutes at night, especially for mothers if you're an overwhelmed mother. And just clearing your space and connecting with your space and your energy first, and it's going to set up your entire day. And it's really, really helped me being very sensitive and very open to other people's energies. So it made it easier for me to be like, actually no thanks. And as you can get so bombarded, even if, say, you are an adult and your mother always overruns you and tries to make choices for your life, or you find you're putting your mother first and not your own happiness first, this could really help you. Or your mother is constantly interfering in your relationships or your business, or saying your finances have to be like this, or you have to do this in your life, and you're a grown adult. That mother-child dynamic is very old world, and where the mother cannot and will not step back out of the child's energy and wants to demand and control and dominate the children's life path. That is not healthy maternal energy. And there are many, many techniques that you can use to separate off from an interfering or a bullying mother, or a mother who has little to no self-control over her emotions and wants you to take on her emotions, or wants you to take on her stress, or just anyone who wants, I want you to take on my stress, I want you to take on my insecurities. So this can be really, really helpful. Okay, what you want to do is, usually at the moment, is a lot of focus on the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is in our belly, and it is the orange energy center, or the chakra, in which is responsible for flow, joy, pleasure, happiness, and joy. And a lot of us do not know how to live a life full of those things because of our past lives, because of the old world consciousness. We don't know how to uplift ourselves out of negativity, out of other people's desires and other people's life experiences, and create and connect with something that's actually beneficial, loving, fun, creative for ourselves, and we can create and conduct a better life experience. So what you want to do is you want to just tune in to, and it's in the belly. Your sacral chakra is an orange energy center. And you want to close your eyes and focus in on that energy center and visualize it. And you want to connect into it. And then what you're going to do is your aura could be very non-existent, or you may not have ever connected in this way to push out energies, even entities, or if there's just so much that could be going on. And if you're feeling like, or fearful, anxious, I don't want to take up space, people are going to attack me, there's something to do with your space energy and your aura, and you're not really connecting into your own energy. You're connecting into everyone's outside external energies that are affecting your experience of the earthly realm. So what you want to do is connect into that energy center, the sacral chakra, and you want to envision, just with it, not using your hands, just envision pushing out energy in front of you. You're pushing out energy in front of you, like you're using your own energy to push it out. And then you're going to, if you just watch my hands, you could use your own awareness, don't use your hands, and push out the energy. If you feel you want to put your hands up and just push out the energy for the first time around, you do this. And you just push out really gently and you feel it. And what you want to do is you want to work on all aspects of that aura and push out that energy. So your bubble and your energy is your space. This is a really good way if you find yourself in conflicts or people are projecting a lot of insecurities onto you, or they're sort of attacking you and they're in a low state of negativity or energy or whatever it is. This is a really good way to not exonerate conflict and exit out of it. And just push. Getting into a conflict is going to exonerate negativity for you. You're going to get pulled into someone else's energy. You're going to go round and round on the merry-go-round with them over and over. They're not interested in resolving the conflict. They're only interested in making themselves feel good. So that's very reptilian consciousness. And we're going to push, it's not very empowering. It's like energy draining when we enter into these connections that just go round and round in circles. We're going to push out the energy up and out. I would recommend to only do it with your awareness and feel the energy without the hands. It's quite empowering. And also if you feel like you get stabbed in the back a lot, or you have to constantly watch your back, it's probably from past lives, you also want to focus a lot on pushing out the energy out of your back and taking up space on your back. It's almost like telling people to back off in a really gracious, peaceful way without entering into a conflict. You're on this for 10 minutes. You just want to really take your time and push out the energy like that. And then what I found after that 10 minutes is I feel so much more relaxed, so much more happy and peaceful and tranquil, and that everything's fine. A lot of times, a lot of people's fears get projected in, and it's hard to navigate. And when you are bombarded and burdened, it feels like this, and you don't feel like tranquil, like a Japanese garden, like a Japanese Zen garden. There's just a lot of people will sort of, and if you're very psychic, you'll feel the attack of negativity, almost like a snake coming in and going shit and pulling your energy down. And then you feel it. Someone's just come into your energy and made you feel a certain way, and that was their intention. And now you're feeling like that. And there's a way to combat that by doing very basic auric work. And it's very important that you get clear on what's yours and what's not. And if people are acting like that, then you need to remove yourself from the situation and put some very firm boundaries in. You're not here in the earthly realm to be dictated, dominated, or controlled by someone else's unconscious insecurities, or wanting someone else to dictate and control your life path. That is very immature and juvenile, and it is time for us to start evolving and moving out of that state of consciousness. Okay, I hope that was helpful. You can sit there for 10 minutes with a timer on your phone. It is very, very empowering. It's very helpful for me, and I do feel like I enter back into a state of zen, and it's very easy. The best energy work is very easy and very practical and very applicable to the everyday earthly realm, and working with your energy and your energy body in the here and now, not up here where you're wanting to get down here. Okay, it was so helpful when that came through to me. I was experiencing a lot of negativity come through from my social medias and dreaming about a lot of people who weren't being very nice. And I'm just going to leave a little bit of a note here that if you are blocked from both of my Instagram pages, you are not welcome to book a session with me, and for good reason. The spirit realms will show me who is being respectful and who is not. And here with the divine feminine energies, it's time for us to evolve and grow up a little bit now and stop acting like high school girls. So if you're being blocked or banned from my Instagram pages, you are probably not being very nice and you are not welcome to book a session with me. Okay, so what else have I got coming up? So I'm really excited here in Wellington. I've got I found a healing room to do some healing work in, and so there'll be in-person sessions coming very shortly. Don't forget about the live Q&A coming up. I've been doing about some stuff for Wellington, trade wars, New Zealand, Australia, and everything else that's going on with China. And also stuff that's going on with the wars at the moment and what's building up and what's going on in our cosmos. It's a very intense time right now, but there seems to be a balancing out of the cosmos, which I've dreamed of, the balancing out of the collective energies now, and that a lot of people who experienced a lot of hardship, poverty, and suffering over the last 4 years are going to move up into more abundance now, and there's a rebalancing and a reconfiguration happening, especially with the divine feminine energies, and who is going to be leading us now. And it's a very, if you felt that opening, after the 8/8 Lions Gate, and if you have been, we are also waiting on the eclipse that I did an energy update over on my Instagram, and there's a very potent time for openings and shifting out of density, shifting out of negativity, shifting out of old energies that aren't serving you anymore. And it's really important to not lock on to the past or very hurtful and negative things that have happened to you, and to let those flow out of your energy and move towards a future that is more abundant, happier, creative, and fulfilling for you. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful. Go give Love Be a follower on Instagram. We've also got Aphrodite's Gardens. That is my creative playland with interior design, fashion coming up, property, design, beauty, and all the stuff that makes life worth living, in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching.